CES 2026, the biggest tech event in the world, is finally here, and whilst I'm not going to Las Vegas, I am able to show you details of a CES preview event that I attended in London at the beginning of December. Yes, at long last, the embargo has finally been lifted, and I can share some of the exciting technology that only a select few people got to see on the day from one of the channel sponsors. So let's jump in and take a look at what this was all about. Hey everyone, my name's Simon and welcome to a new video on Byte of Geek, a channel that's all about home assistant and smart home technology. So back at the beginning of December, I teased a photo of me stood waiting for my train down to London for an exclusive event hosted by one of the channel sponsors, and that was it. And I'm sure some of you have been waiting to hear what that day was all about. Well, this was a special CES preview event, and it was held at a very nice Argentinian restaurant in Piccadilly in London for a select few people. I think I counted about 10 guests in total, and in terms of YouTube creators, it was really only myself and Paul Hibbert from Hibbert Home Tech. Everyone else was either from the press or similar technology related roles. The whole event has been under embargo until now due to CES, so now you know why I've not said anything further since I posted that photograph. But now that the embargo has been lifted, I thought I'd just share with you just some of the things that were shown and discussed on that day. Now, you never know what these types of events might be like. Certainly from a YouTube point of view, this was the first one that I'd been to, although I have been to a few of these types of events elsewhere in my career. We were under no obligation to produce any content for this, and in fact nobody did any filming at all, just lots of things being written down. The event was hosted by Reolink, and we were joined by representatives from the UK and Chinese parts of the business, all great people to sit down with and discuss things through. It was a very informal event, and as you can imagine, we got a bit of a background about Reolink before they got into the main details for the day, and this was a real eye-opener for me. They are very much a global business. Whilst their corporate headquarters are in Hong Kong, they have offices, support hubs and warehouses in many locations around the world. Most of the time when you're dealing with brands, you don't really get to know the size of the business, but we learned a lot about Reolink on that day. Obviously, we weren't there just to learn about the business though. Reolink actually had some shiny new things they wanted to show us prior to their CES launch, and the big announcement on the day was that Reolink are launching a new product called the AI box. And I know that AI is not everyone's cup of tea, but this technology is being used by many brands nowadays in their security products, and what Reolink have done is come up with something really quite special. This little box, and it really was small, probably same size as a 2.5-inch drive enclosure, is powered by the Qualcomm Dragonwing Q8 series. It has an RJ45 port and a USB-C port, and this is going to be able to process all of your detection and analysis data from your cameras, all completely locally. Now, many Reolink cameras have AI capabilities nowadays, and it'll work across all of those cameras except for the 4G ones. It will also work across their hubs and MVR units. The clever bit is that it will also bring in those non-AI enabled devices as well, effectively upgrading their capabilities in the process. Whilst you'll get your usual ability to use AI to search through your footage, it'll be improved via the AI box, giving you advanced search capabilities. And something I think that is really cool is that you'll be able to create prompt-based alerts. So if your garden is plagued by dogs digging it up, or the neighbour's cat keeps using the flower beds as a litter box, then you'll get notified when that event is detected. You'll also be able to have full overviews generated of the recorded footage so that you can review that instead of playing it back. And whilst many Home Assistant users are already doing something similar with notifications, you'll also get AI generated event descriptions as well. There wasn't a firm price available on the day, but I think it's fair to say that if it launches somewhere in the range that they were talking about, then it'll be a great device to add to your setup. Now, during the briefing, the Reolink team touched on an interesting topic of pricing and the differences in the marketplace, and likely something that many people probably don't realize. There were several things mentioned, but for example, here in the UK, we have a retailer called Argos, which is they just sell general products really. They carry thousands of different product lines, and they will actually have an exclusive version of a Reolink product that you just can't buy anywhere else. Likewise with Costco, for example, they will do a special bundle pack that is way more cost effective than buying the camera alone from someone like Amazon, for example. They did put up a slide of all the different retailers that they work with on this kind of basis, and it's quite impressive to see the market expansion that they have now. Another new launch for CES is the new Omvi series of triple lens security cameras, which is the world's first triple lens 24 megapixel camera. This is going to be available as battery and PoE versions and features a 180 degrees wide angle view via the dual fixed position lenses at the front and a 360 degrees high speed tracking via the PTZ camera underneath, which also offers up to 25 times optical zoom. The clever bit with this camera though is that the PTZ camera will automatically lock onto a subject that is detected by the panoramic cameras, and then it will continue to track the subject even when they exit the panoramic view until they finally exit the monitored area. It's a really nice piece of kit, and as you can see, these new cameras have a new design from the standard lineup of Reolink cameras. One product I didn't expect to see previewed at the event was a new solar powered floodlight camera. This is an all-in-one unit which does away with the need to locate a separate solar panel, and it was actually quite a small looking unit. It's got a 2K 4 megapixel camera with 150 degrees wide angle view and 1000 lumen floodlight, and this is going to be ideal for maybe smaller areas that you want covered, so it's something that you maybe have in addition to a bigger floodlight camera in the Reolink range. I spent a lot of time talking with the team from Reolink, discussing their products and feeding back some of the things that people like you have pointed out to me when I've reviewed them on the channel. Lack of PoE on floodlight cameras being one example, and all I can say is watch this space. One of the interesting discussions that I had though was how much Reolink is supporting UK farmers who constantly face the challenge of equipment theft from their land. What I didn't know was that Reolink have a tie-up with the NFU and a whole separate website to support them. There's a limited range of products in the shop because they're geared towards the challenges of installing equipment in that kind of environment. But as NFU members, they get 20% off the Reolink kit. One of the other big things that was announced during the presentation was that Reolink had partnered with Qualcomm to use their new groundbreaking micro power Wi-Fi technology. This is something that has been designed for IoT devices and is said to drastically improve battery performance by as much as 96%. This is going to be a real game changer where battery only devices are the only option available to you, and we're going to see a whole range of products coming out that are going to be using this new technology. And interestingly, on one of the slides we were showing, there was a doorbell that by the shape and design of it, I could tell it wasn't one from their current product lineup. And of course, I had to quiz the Reolink team about this, and sure enough, there is a new doorbell coming along in the not too distant future. I believe it's going to be battery powered and using the new Qualcomm technology, but who knows, there may well be a PoE version coming along as well. So 4 hours of demonstrations and conversations later, and it was time to head home. Obviously, there was a lot more to the day, but it was a fantastic event with the Reolink team. Great people, and they've got some exciting developments coming in 2026. And of course, they're going to ensure that you guys get to see them here on the channel. I'd love to know your thoughts on all of this. Is there anything I've mentioned that you're looking forward to? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more smart home content. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.